So you recently discovered Looksmaxxing, like you were seeing Baby Stickly, Oscar Patel, and other people like Clavicula who are promoting steroids and stuff, which is not the thing that you should do. But you see people like Baby Stickly, see the transformation, and you think, oh yeah, that's cool. I want to do that as well. Maybe you're simply thinking, oh, the time is gonna pass anyways, and I might as well try to look as good as I could possibly be. Or maybe you have an insecurity, like a specific thing like smile lines, or you're basically just insecure about your facial looks in general. At least that's how I was, or that's how I felt. You might have tried some of these holy grail exercises like thumb pulling, or like just train your neck and super high road and stuff, and NPR and shit. And you did it once or twice, but in the end you're unsure if you're just being silly or if this stuff actually works. That's also how I felt in the beginning, and I had no clue how to actually do anything in terms of Looksmaxxing. I started this year in January, and also started posting on Instagram, documenting my process, what I was doing all the time, every day. And honestly, in the 6 months after that, like after starting the channel, I just tested and trial and errored and tried to figure out what actually works. And honestly, in these 6 months, it didn't change so much. Like sometimes I felt, oh, does this actually work? Oh, yeah, I think I kind of worked. I felt something, it works, but this doesn't work at all. Like, why the fuck are people talking about this? For me, at least, didn't work. And on top of that, this shit takes time, so it's also, you have to test for a longer period of time to actually figure out if this actually works. And yeah, in total, I felt in these 6 months I didn't change really that much. Only now I'm developing a system that gives me consistent results month per month. And yeah, it's low-key easier than you think, but when you get into it, it's so much harder to think like, oh, I have to thumb pull till my fingers fall off or something, or just Mew, bro. It's more than that. It's much more than that. And this channel is about, basically, I have an Instagram, but I don't really like posting on there like this short form dopamine content. I want to post longer form, more educational content on here. Also getting into like all the shit I learned, since there's a lot to unpack, specifically for like people maybe you're in my age, like 13 to 16. I'm 16 right now, and basically no one is talking about things that teenagers like we can actually do to look better, looking into the future till we're 20. Because, for example, me, I'm into Looksmaxxing for next January for a year, and I'm planning on doing this till I'm 20 years old, because these changes take a lot of time, and for me it's worth doing these things to better like increase my facial attractiveness and stuff. Maybe it's worth it, maybe it's not worth it. You have to decide if you want to get onto this journey. Also, Looksmaxxing has a very bad connotation to it. And when people talk about Looksmaxxing, they always think about this black pill stuff. Black pill is like, people think it's over for you when you don't look a certain way and stuff. But this is not the way I like to think, and it's not the mindset I want to promote. It's more like puberty. I want to get the most out of the years where you're still developing. And people argue like puberty doesn't end till like 20 years old or older than that, so changes could still happen there. I think when you're 30 years old, you're at the point where you can accept yourself as you are, and I don't think there's any other reason why you should get into Looksmaxxing. This channel is more for people who are my age, like in their puberty still, and trying to get the most out of their puberty. And basically this is just a yap video, and I want to get more into how to Looksmaxx and stuff at this certain age bracket. If you want to see us ascend, oh, that's so cringe, bro. If you want to see us mock everyone when we're 20 years old, then follow, hit the subscribe button, give a like, and I'll see you in the next one. That's so